Welcome back, my fellow nerds. Well, if you haven't seen it already, go back and watch the videos. There's two of them on the Toxicant MCX SIG Rattler. Superb rifle, really impressed with it. I've got a few bits and pieces on here. CGS suppressor, much like this one you see here, with a real Fednar suppressor cover. A lot of people ask about that. You can get them on Brownells in Europe. This is just a Watson Engel, which I'm testing out, which I'll do a video on that more to the time when I've had a bit more time on it. Vortex red dot. It's got a stock on there. I think this was the airsoft artisan stock. Got a barrel and stuff in there. Got a cheeky GMP mag, and I've just been plinking with it just to see how I get on. But if you watched the last video, that I said I was probably going to buy, or I'd already bought another one. So in this box here, this nondescript brown box, we have another purchase from Toxicant. So let's get the Rattler out the way, set that to one side, and it's not another Rattler, but it is another rifle from them. Let's take it out of the box here. Now, apart from just opening the box and making sure the case wasn't damaged, this is as far as I've got. I haven't opened it, I haven't looked at it, anything like that, so we'll be discovering this on camera together. But I bought the SIG Spear LT CSAW, I think what it's called. I went for a 10.5-inch barrel just because I like fairly short builds. They did have shorter ones, but that's what the Rattler's for, so that didn't make sense. So a nice little carbine, and I think with the 10 you could get it in loads of different barrel lengths in different colours, but with a 10.5 it only came in black, so I ordered it in black. Let's get rid of these peanuts here. And I think we're going to experience very much similar to what we had with the Rattler. Again, comes in a nice case. Got the other case for the Rattler over there, and it's fairly well packaged. I also picked up the SIG suppressor as well to match. We've got a SIG pistol grip here. What else we got? We've got some parts like we did in the other one. We'll get to that. Some more bits and bobs. We'll get opening that in just a moment. And the real meat and potatoes here. Let's get that out. Let's get rid of that peanut. It comes in a nice case, but that's as much as we're going to talk about that. You can use these to store them. I found that without the suppressor on, my MCX Rattler, if you take the upper and the lower part and you fold the stock, it will actually go back in the case. But, I'll probably use these for other things, because I like to keep my rifles fully built when they're ready. So let's pull this out here. So this was ordered last year, shortly after my Rattler video. Let's get this thing open. Very well packaged. Apologies if this is really loud. And we have the SIG Spear LT. How good does that look? If you haven't already, go and watch Grantham's video he did on the real SIG Spear LT. I really like the look of these handguards. I almost ordered another one in a short configuration with this handguard, because I much prefer this handguard to the one that's on the Rattler. And the barrel section is loose. Perhaps we have to tighten that up when we fit it. The gas block is really loose, but we'll have a look at that in just a moment. So what is it? It is a MWS based SIG MCX, this one being obviously the Spear LT. We've got SIG markings here, multi-caliber, the address there, we've got a serial number, we've got safe semi and full auto. Nice and smooth like the other one. I'm not sure if they do have something on this bar here. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. The fixings on this bar do look a little bit poor quality. That one doesn't look too bad, but this one looks like it's like not been molded, the screw, properly when it's been manufactured. I wasn't sure if the Spear LT had a ambidextrous bolt release. This one doesn't. I'm not sure if the real one has. We can lock it to the rear. The Spear, they've got the same charging handle, just checking that. Ambidextrous mag release and bolt release only found on the left hand side. Let's pop this open with my rattler. That pin's just flew out, so that's because we have to put the little detent pin and spring when we put the grip on. Opens very, very nicely. In fact, before we do that, let's just check if there is any receiver wobble. Nice and stiff, just like my other one. Very, very good. Machining is on point for that. Just have a quick disassemble here. I mean, they just look clean, don't they? It really does look like there's just not much in terms of working parts compared to an MWS where you've got the dual latches on the back. That's what I presume this bar is for the full auto. Yeah, that would make sense. That's the full auto sear. Trigger's really nice. Got a tiny bit of take up. A little bit of travel before the brake, but still super crisp. So have a look at the reset. And we're doing it dodgy here, so let's do it again. So it comes back, the bolt will come forward to release that sear. Yeah, pretty damn good. Like I say, the machining's really, really nice. I'm not seeing any like marks or anything where the tooling's been, much like the Rattler. They've done a better job on the coating of this compared to the Rattler. My Rattler had quite a few dry spots where the Cerakote hadn't been, or the whatever coat, I'm pretty sure they're Cerakoted, but where they'd sprayed the Cerakote. These actually look anodized, which would make sense. So to push the handguard off, you need to loosen the two screws on either side, unlike the Rattler. We've got a T15 here. Nope, we want a T20. And this just helps lock the handguard in place, keeps you zero on any like aiming devices, things like that. Things that, you know, the legacy MCXs, the older ones, struggled with. That fits really nice as well. The QC on the body on mine anyway is pretty damn good. The gas block, however, is super loose. Bolt wants to pop out there. And this bit at the front is super loose as well. Might be a case of we need to tighten up the little grub screws. Let's give that a go. That one actually feels tight. Let's take it off and have a quick look. Let's tighten this back up, see if we can take out the slop there. That slop's been taken out. We've got another one on the bottom. Tighten that up. Seems a lot better. Now the outer barrel is loose. Again, that could be these fixtures. Yeah. So it's just a couple of grub screws that were loose. Not a big deal. That's all nice and tight now. Barrel's tight. You're going to have this off anyway to, you know, install all the bits and pieces anyway. So my fears should no longer be there, because just tightening that up, which you do when you fully assemble it anyway, has fixed that. No drama. I'm happy with that. The slightest bit of, I think it's actually in the whole gas system, the fake gas system moving. Again, we've got another grub screw, so yeah, just your grub screws, guys. So Yours turns up and that and the gas block loose, just tighten the grub screws up and you're good to go. So not sure what inner barrel we'll need for this. I have ordered a 250. If it needs machining down, of course I'll do that. What else in the package do we get? We got the add-on, which is the suppressor. Very cool indeed. And I believe this screws on to the flash hider. Just quickly take this apart. It might not sound it, but the machining on that's actually really nice. So many times you get those scratchy threads. The way that you can feel it in the threads when you do this, especially when you've done it in the past. Really, really nice. Nice and simple design. Got that ported front end there. Can't wait to put this together. What else do we get in the packages? Let's have a quick look at that. I'll of course be doing a build video where I set this thing up. I've got a stock for it already. I've got optics. I'm going to put my Holosun setup on there. I will need some kind of PEC and a torch. Now I have ordered a torch for the Rattler. We could just share the PEC and the torch between the two because we're not going to be using them at the same time. So those are all the hot parts. Hop adjuster, wheel, arm, all that good stuff. In here we've got the hop unit which comes with a hot rubber and bits and pieces there, so that's all good. This will be the flash hider. Let's open this up here. Look at that. Steel, it seems like. Let's grab that magnet. So we have a steel flash hider, aluminium barrel and gas block. We've got the bolt here. I'm pretty sure the bolts are stainless, but yet to confirm that. It's definitely not aluminium. So good there. Flash hider will obviously index with the suppressor, so that you'll set this onto the rifle and then your suppressor is a QD fitment. Look at that. In fact, what we'll do, because I know you guys are going to be screaming watching this, going, why didn't he put the suppressor on? So let's do it. Handguard goes on super nice and smooth. So far I'm seeing a lot of good signs, what I saw with the Rattler. And what I'll say is, if you haven't watched the Rattler videos, that's fine. If you're not interested in those and you're interested in the Spear LT, they sell this as a conversion kit, or I'm sure it's sort of marketed as a conversion kit for the MWS. It runs on the Toxicant MWS setup. Obviously you have your own bolt. You're not getting a full size bolt like an MWS because there's nowhere for it to go in an MCX. But you don't actually need like another Marui MWS to run this gun. You need an inner barrel, and then the rest is pretty much accessories bar a magazine, because you're going to have to power the thing somehow. So you need an inner barrel and you need a stock. You could run it. All the other accessories is completely down to preference. So it is really nice. For the price, I think the Spear LT came in at about $760-ish. Postage is free, and on both of them I've not had any import. So what's strange here is we've got some different parts. That looks like a part for the adjuster on the gas system. We've got a different bolt release. Got a lot of parts here. So we've got a different bolt release, which looks exactly the same as the one that's on there. Let's test materials. So the bolt release, aluminium, but they give you a steel one. Adjuster for the gas system, aluminium, but they give you a steel one. Oh my god. Gas block, They give you a steel gas block. So I've never heard of any company ever doing that before. We've got the part of the mag release, which is steel. These are all steel components. Steel fire selectors, steel mag release parts. So that is actually really strange. So I've never heard of that ever before. Why wouldn't they just put the the steel components on there? I'm not sure. Because all this stuff is aluminium, barring the screw bar that goes through. So it's all aluminium. You've got a steel hammer, steel Z plate, steel trigger. So all the other components are aluminium, but they give you steel components in the box. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this sticking out here, this adjuster. I do like how, small and dainty the one is on the Rattler. So I'll probably switch it out to that just because it's a non-functioning part and it cleans up the front of the rifle. We can put the suppressor on there. It's going to wind itself off. It's going to be against its own thread. So what I always recommend is putting a bit of tape, PTFE tape on there or something just to lock the threads down. It's got a nice solid machining job on the threads. And then we've got the SIG suppressor. Very, very cool indeed. Perhaps that does kind of bridge the emptiness gap. But this is the 10.5 inch 5.56 version, I think it is. I can't remember if they do different versions depending on calibers. Let's go ahead and put this back in. What's strange is I don't have any of those components to fit the hop unit into. So they've given me steel parts for parts that I've already got, but the actual bracket piece that the hop unit goes into isn't here. So that could be a problem. Let's take a quick look at the grip. We've got more parts in here. There we go. I'm really not making them look, not intentionally, but I'm really like questioning stuff on this, and they've actually supplied it all. It's just hidden away. So before you go ahead and react like I did, just take apart everything because it's probably in the box. So crisis averted. Let's put the bolt back in for now. It's probably going to be a longer video than it needs to be, so apologies. We will be doing more videos on this platform, so don't panic. We'll of course be installing all the parts needed to get this thing running. We'll be adding a magazine, which obviously it needs. Let me know down in the comments below if you think I should fit all the steel components. It would be nice if Toxicant, if you are watching, because they did watch the last video, if you guys are listening, head down to the comments and just tell us, is this something you drop on all of them, or if you give it to me just because I did a video on it? I really need to know. So screws and fixings for the pistol grip. So that'll go on there like that. That's actually really comfy. I was kind of concerned that I was going to have to get a different grip because I'm quite picky on grip. I wasn't a fan of the Rattler grip just because it was so small. But one thing though that people have been complaining about is the QD points. Now I want to get into that. Let me just grab a sling so I can show you. So I have seen a lot of people complaining, especially with the Rattler, that the QD points don't work. And in the videos that I've seen, it's actually one of the guys who've asked me to join a podcast, which I'll be on, I think next week, more info on that coming up towards it, sent me a video and he was using like a Toki Marui one that you get on like the 416s. So I can confirm the QD points are absolutely fine. The problem is, guys, you're using airsoft QD points, which is a massive issue because there are so many differences between companies and brands like Marui and the Chinese brands. Now, this is a real steel ferro concept sling, and these are real QD points. And the problem is, it's how they place the ball bearings. So sometimes they place them either a little bit that way or a little bit the other way. RS stuff fits just fine. So there's nothing wrong with QD points on both of these rifles. It's your QD swivels. Go get some real ones. They're not massively expensive at all. I think they're like 15, 20 quid. Get yourself some real gear. It won't fail. They've obviously done it real steel spec. The problem is your cheap, crappy airsoft QD points. So I just wanted to get that across so you guys know. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting build, and I have got a bit of a hard on for SIG stuff at the moment. I think it's watching gun tubers like Garand Thumb and such, and you see them messing around with all this cool gear and you just want it. I did like the sort of camo job he did on his. I am not really a massive fan of black. You know, it's no secret, but all the components I've got for this are black, so maybe this will be my black rifle. It's got the suppressor on there. Gonna maybe have to turn the barrel down when that turns up. That's the only reason I'm not going to be doing a build video today or tonight, just because I need that inner barrel to turn up. Once the inner barrel turns up, we'll do the inner barrel, we'll put the stock on, we'll put some accessories on. We've got Holocern and the magnifier. We'll put a pet box on there, we'll put a torch on. Torches are also on the way, but this is so cool. That has got to be one of the comfiest machined handguards that I've felt in a long time. That is really nice. I love how SIG have slimmed everything down, because the previous MCXs, the handguards are really big. I like that. I like that handguard so much, I don't even think I'm going to put a vertical grip on it. I think I'm going to run it like this. So just tighten that up there. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. This is the SIG Spear LT from Toxicant Airsoft, and they've smashed it out of the park with the Rattler. I know I keep grabbing the Rattler, but this is set up now. I am going to do some more videos on the Rattler because I want to take apart the bolts. I want to see what's going on there, because the power isn't, you know, it's lower compared to like a standard MWS and such. This is going to be my little sort of PDW sort of super sneaky, and then this is going to be my, probably turn into one of my main, if it can perform like, you know, my other MWSs and such, I can see myself moving to this because it just looks Gucci as, doesn't it? What I will test, yeah, so the controls on the Rattler, which didn't come with the extras, like the bolt release and stuff, they are aluminium. I think even the adjuster, as you see in there, which is a short one, that's aluminium as well. So let's pop this. Oh, the P-Mags fits so well as well. I can't wait. I can't wait to build it. I need to be patient. I need to wait for the barrel to turn up. Hopefully that's here tomorrow. But thank you again for tuning into another video. Hope you like the SIG Spear stuff. If you didn't know, because I've probably not uploaded those videos, if you head on over to the Discord, I'll link it down below. You can find all the electric stuff I'm selling. I've still got loads more to put up there. And it's not to say that I won't be doing electric gun content on the channel. It's just for my personal collection, I'm moving on to this stuff just because it's a hell of a lot cooler. It's a lot more enjoyable. And especially with the MWS system, you really can't go wrong. So I'm going to be expanding my GBB collection. A couple of things I would like to get. I'd like to get the Masada that Calibre did, also the Tavor, and they've also done a Lithgow F90, which is like a Steyr AUG. I'd love to add them, but it looks like they're going to be hard to get. I want to do some more SMG builds as well. So thank you as always for watching this video. This is just the unboxing of the SIG Spear LT kit. We're going to get to building it in one of the next videos. Thank you very much for tuning in. And from me and from Bench, we'll see you in the next video.